As much as I hate to have to do it, this video is going to be all about Aristotle because he too was for the girls, specifically the people-pleasing girls. And I'm going to give you the logical, philosophical reason for why people-pleasing is such a detriment to yourself and to the other people in your life. And welcome back to the series that is normally called Plato for girls, but now it's Aristotle for girls because I'm Emily, I'm a translator of Plato and trying to become an embodied Platonist, whatever that means. And Aristotle was the original embodied Platonist, and I don't really have any beef with him. But back to the people-pleasing thing. So I'm sure you've heard the quote, "A friend to all is a friend to none." This is typically attributed to Aristotle, although I've been scouring the internet for like an hour and I couldn't find a source for it, but it does fit in neatly with his ideas of friendship. And I'll explain how the ideas of Aristotle, people-pleasing, and this quote that we've all heard a bunch of times are related. To begin with, Aristotle's concept of friendship, as discussed in his Nicomachean Ethics, has three types of friendships. Utility friends are the lowest, which is where you kind of get something from each other. Pleasure friends are the middle, where you both have fun together, but you don't have any real like deeper shared values. And then the highest form of friendship is your virtue friendships. These are the friendships where you're both trying to grow together. You're pushing each other, you're inspiring each other, you're trying to bring out the best in each other. You're there for each other through the ups and downs of life. And a huge part of this kind of friendship that so many people just cannot stomach these days is that you call each other out when you're wrong. When one person is being stupid, destructive, shameful, it is the friend's job to tell them about it because they know you're capable of better. Now, the thing with this kind of virtue friendship is they demand a lot of energy. Like, you really cannot have a ton of these. You can have like, I don't know, like 1 to like maybe 4 in your whole life, because you can't really be this kind of friend without giving a lot of yourself and your time and your energy to this other person. You deeply love these kinds of friends. And so the way this links back into the people pleasing is that when you people please, what ends up happening is you put the needs of acquaintances, of people you're less close to, above the needs of your actual friends. One way to interpret "a friend to all is a friend to none" is that when you devote a little bit of energy to a bunch of people instead of a lot of energy to a couple people that are really important to you, you don't have any of these virtue friendships. You don't have any of the deepest friendship because you're not giving enough love to anybody to qualify for that. We know instinctively and logically that people pleasing is a betrayal to yourself when you take on things that you don't want, when you show up for people that don't care about you because you don't want to disappoint anybody. You know, and you feel anytime you do that you're betraying yourself, but you're also betraying your friends. And so if you are inclined to the people-pleasing tendencies and you do find yourself doing things for people that are really not your friends, don't think of it as you're betraying yourself. Think of it as you're betraying your friends. Think of it as, instead of pleasing lots of people, you're letting down the people that are closest to you. Take the energy you would spend on your acquaintances. The acquaintance is like the least intimate relationship ever. Do not prioritize your acquaintances ever. Focus that energy on yourself or on your actual friends, and follow for more practical Greek philosophical wisdom from Plato and sometimes Aristotle.